students, hello everyone. So students, we are again going to learn the same chapter of science, that is chapter number 2, digestion and the role of microbes. Okay, this will be your part 3 of the chapter. This is the third part of the chapter. Okay, in the first part we studied about the teeth and the different types of teeth. Yes or no? And again in the second part we studied about the digestive system and the process of digestion and the digestive organs. Yes or no? How, like, the different digestive organs that helps in the process of digestion in our body. In the second part we studied, and now in the third part we are going to study about the microbes. Okay, what are microbes and what are the role of microbes? Okay, microbes are the tiny microorganisms, and how are they useful and harmful in our body? We are going to study that. Okay, so let us move towards the contents and let us see what are we going to study in this third part of microbes. Okay, what are the topics that we are going to study today? So students, today we will study about the microbes. Okay, what are microbes? Then we will study what are the different types of microbes. What are the different types of microbes that are present? Okay, then uses of microbes. How are microbes useful to us? Okay, how are microbes useful to us, and how are microbes harmful to us? Okay, we will also study how are microbes harmful to us. We will study the useful and harmful uses of microbes. Okay. So students, let us begin now with microbes. Okay, see, it is written there, M-I-C-R-O-B-E-S, microbes. Now what are microbes? What do you understand by the word microbe? Have you ever heard about the word microbes before? Okay, let me tell you what are microbes. Okay, microbes are tiny living things that are found all around us and are too small to be seen with the naked eye. Okay, these microbes are tiny organisms, very tiny organisms that are present everywhere in our surrounding. Okay, in our body, in the environment around, everywhere. These tiny microorganisms are present everywhere in our surrounding. Okay, and they are so small that they cannot be seen with the naked eye. That means we cannot see with our eyes. These microorganisms are not visible to us. Okay, we cannot see with our naked eye. Okay, they live in water, soil and in air. These microbes are present everywhere, like they are also present in water, they are present in soil, they are present in air, they are present in the human body. Okay, everywhere these microbes are present, and these microbes are so tiny living organisms that they cannot be seen with the naked eye. Okay, these microbes are living organisms. Understood? The human body is home to millions of these microbes too, also called as microorganisms. These microbes are home. Our human body are home to millions of microbes. There are millions of microbes present in our body, and these microbes are also called as microorganisms. See, it is written there, the spelling M-I-C-R-O-O-R-G-A-N-I-S-M-S, microorganisms. Microorganism means small tiny living creature. Okay, these are small tiny living creatures that are living. These are living things. Okay, and our human body are home to millions and millions of microbes. Understood? Some microbes make us sick, others are important for our health. As I told are useful to us and some microbes are very harmful to our body. Okay, some microbes gives us some useful uses. Okay, and some are so harmful to our body that it can make us ill. Understood? Some microorganisms are so useful and some microorganisms are so harmful that they can make us ill. Okay, they can make us sick. Understood? Microbes can be seen with the help of an instrument called microscope. If you want to see a microorganism, microbes, if you want to see any kind of microbe, it can be seen with an special instrument. We cannot see microbe with our naked eye. Okay, suppose you are sitting somewhere, there are millions of microbes there. There are millions and millions of small microorganisms around you. But can you see? No, we cannot see with our naked eye. Then how can we see those microorganisms? We can see those microorganisms with the help of a special instrument. And that instrument is called as microscope. M-I-C-R-O, micro, S-C-O-P-E, microscope. Microscope is the instrument with the help of which we can see the microorganisms. Understood? These small tiny living creatures can only be seen with a special instrument called as microscope. Understood? What are microbes? Microbes are very tiny living organisms that cannot be seen with the naked eye. And there are millions and millions of microorganisms everywhere. They live in water, soil, air, human body, everywhere. Understood? And these microorganisms can only be seen with a special instrument called as microscope. The instrument that helps us to see the microorganisms is called microscope. Understood? So students, now let us study about the different types of microbes. How many types of microbes are there? What are the different types of microbes present in the environment? Okay, microbes are of 4 main types. How many types? Microbes are of 4 main types. Okay, and those are virus, bacteria, fungi and protozoa. Understood? How many types of microbes are there? 4 main types. The first one is virus, V-I-R-U-S, virus. Second one is bacteria, B-A-C-T-E-R-I-A, bacteria. The third one is fungi, F-U-N-G-I, fungi. And number 4th one is protozoa, P-R-O-T-O-Z-O-A, protozoa. Okay, now what is virus? What kind of microorganism is virus? You have heard about this word virus. Now what virus is going on nowadays? What virus are we suffering from? We are suffering from which virus? We are suffering from coronavirus. Yes or no? And this is a kind of virus. This is a kind of microorganism. This virus is a kind of microorganism. Can you see the picture? This is the picture nowadays you are seeing all around, everywhere. Yes or no? These are the actual structure of a virus. This is how a virus looks like. A round ball with so many spines. Can you see? This is a virus. A virus is a submicroscopic infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cell of an organism. Virus can infect all type of life forms from animal to plants to microorganism including bacteria. No need to write this one. I am just giving this one just for your information so that you come to know what is virus. Okay. Virus is a microorganism. Okay. It is an infectious microorganism. It is an infectious, that means it can infect. It can infect plant as well as animal. That is why it is called as infectious microorganism, because it infects everything. It infects plants as well as animal. Okay, and these viruses are neither living nor non-living. These viruses are neither living nor non-living. That means you cannot say that it is a living thing, and you cannot even say that it is a non-living thing. Why? Because these viruses act as living organism when they come in contact with a living creature. Understood? This virus act as a living thing when it comes in contact with a living creature only. If it does not come in contact with a living creature like plants, animals, different microorganisms like bacteria, protozoa, anything like that, if it does not come in contact with other microorganisms, it will not be a living. You cannot say that this virus is a living thing. Okay, but once it comes in a contact with living creature, it can replicate itself. Replicate means it can grow. It can grow from one virus to numerous number of virus. It can spread. Understood? To spread, it needs a living creature. Understood? This is how a virus replicates itself. Replicates means this is how a virus grow. Virus is a microorganism, okay, but it is neither living nor non-living. Okay, it only replicates in the living cell. Living cell means our body is made up of many types of cell. Okay, you will come to know in the higher classes what is cell. Okay, our living body is made up of many cells. Okay, and when it comes in contact with a living creature, the living cell, then only it shows its living features. Otherwise, it is neutral when it is outside. It does not act. It does not grow, or it does not replicate. Replicate means to grow from one to another. Okay, that is how these viruses grow. That is why nowadays you have been told to stay away from each other. Yes or no? So that this virus does not come in contact with us and it does not grow, and so that it does not make us fall sick, so that it does not affect our body. It does not infect our body. That is why we are asked to stay separate from each other nowadays. Okay, this is how a virus grows. Virus is an infectious microorganism. It is not useful. Understood? It is a harmful microorganism. It is a harmful microbe. Understood? Now students, what is bacteria? What is bacteria? Our another microorganism is bacteria. B-A-C-T-E-R-I-A. Bacteria. Okay. Bacteria are microscopic organisms that can live in diverse environments. It is a microorganism that can live in diverse environment. Diverse means it can change. It can adapt everywhere. Okay, it can change and it can live everywhere. Diverse environment means it can spread everywhere. It can live everywhere. Inside our body, outside, everywhere. Understood? These organisms can live in the soil, oceans, and also in the human body. As I told you, they can live everywhere. They can live in soil, they can live in water, they can live in air, they can live inside our body. Understood? These microorganisms, these bacteria are microbes that can live in diverse environments. That means everywhere, like soil, water, air, human body, everywhere. Understood? Some bacteria lend us a helping hand. Some bacteria lend us helping hand. That means some bacteria are important for us. For example, some bacteria helps to make curd. Curd is made with the help of bacteria. The bread that we eat, it is made through bacteria, okay? The yeast, these all are some microorganisms that help us. Understood? The saliva that we have, it contains bacteria. The saliva, the watery substance inside your mouth, it contains bacteria. Understood? Then some bacteria lend us a helping hand by curdling of milk into yogurt. That means milk is turned into curd with the help of some bacteria. Okay? Then whereas some are harmful to us. Okay, some bacteria gives us a helping hand by curdling of milk into yogurt or helping with our digestion. In the process of digestion, these bacteria help us. Okay, in the process of digestion, these microorganism bacteria help us to digest our food inside our body. Understood? And whereas some are harmful to us and some bacteria are also harmful to us. Understood? So these are microorganisms. These bacteria are microorganisms that can live in very diverse environment. That means they can live everywhere. Okay? Inside our body, outside, water, air, soil, everywhere. And these bacteria, they are also useful to us and they are also harmful to us. Some bacteria are used to make different kinds of food. Okay? And they also help in the process of digestion, the food that we eat. Some bacteria helps them to get digested in our body, and some bacteria are also harmful to us. They may even let us fall sick. Understood? So students, now let us study about the fungi. Okay. See what it is written. Fungus. Plural, fungi. This fungi is the plural of fungus. This fungi is also called as fungus. Okay, this fungus is also a microbe. It is also a microbe. And this fungus is called as fungi. Fungi is the plural form of fungus. Fungus means one and fungi means many. Many microbes. Okay. This is a spore-producing organism that feeds in the organic matter. These fungi are spore-producing organism that feeds on organic matter. Organic matter means living matter. These are some spore-forming organism. That means tiny holes, tiny spores they form. Okay. And they feed on organic matter including molds, yeast, mushrooms, etc. These are some organic matter where these fungus grow, like mushrooms, molds, yeast. These are some kind of organic matter where this fungus grow. Okay. They are plant-like organisms larger than bacteria and virus that lack chlorophyll. These fungi are actually plant-like organism. Okay, they look like plant. Okay, and they are little bit larger than bacteria and viruses. We can see this fungus with our naked eye. Okay, when this fungus grow, we can see them with our eye. Okay, because they are little bit larger than the bacteria and the virus. Okay, but bacteria and virus are very minute organisms that cannot be seen with the naked eye. And these fungi lack chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is a green pigment that all the green plants contain. It is a pigment that all the green plants contain through which the green plants can make their own food. Okay, chlorophyll is a pigment that is present in all the green plants through which the green plants can make their own food. But since this fungi is also a plant-like organism but it lacks chlorophyll, chlorophyll. That is why these fungi cannot make their own food to grow. That is why it lives on some another organic matter so that it can get its nutrition from that and it can grow. Understood? To get nutrition from other organic matter, they grow on some different other living things so that they can get their nutrition from them and they can grow. Understood? These are plant-like organism only, but they lack chlorophyll. That is why they cannot make their own food, and that is why they live on some other organic matter so that they can get their nutrition to grow. Okay, can you see the picture? The mushrooms, the bread. Can you see? If you keep a bread for many days, what do you see? You see a greenish layer in it or not? Those are the fungus that they grow in it. Since this bread are made up of yeast, yeast is a kind of microbe that is used in making bread. Okay, and if you keep it for a long period of time, these fungus start growing in it. Understood? So they need some organic matter to grow, and these fungus are plant-like organisms. These are plant-like organisms that lack chlorophyll. That is why they cannot make their own food, and as they need to grow, they are dependent on some organic matter for their nutrition. Understood? So now students, let us study about protozoa. Okay? Now this protozoa is also a microorganism. It is also a microbe. Okay? Students, you don't need to write or you don't have to learn all these things. I am just explaining you so that you come to know about these facts. Okay? What are bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa? Okay? In the higher classes, you will come to know about it, about all these microbes in brief. Okay? You will come to know what are all these actually. Okay? So now, just for your information, you just learn it. What are bacteria, viruses, fungi and protozoa? Okay? These are the different kinds of microbes. Okay? Now, what is a protozoa? Protozoa are parasitic organisms that feed on organic matter such as other microorganisms. Parasitic means these are organisms that need other living body to live in. Okay, they cannot live alone. This protozoa cannot live alone. Since they are parasitic organisms, they cannot live alone. They need a living body to live, to thrive. That means to live into them. To grow, they need another living body. Okay, that is why they feed on organic matter such as other microorganisms like bacteria, fungi. These kind of microorganisms they need to feed, to get the nutrition, to grow. Okay, they live in a wide variety of moist habitat including freshwater, marine environment and soil. This protozoa live in wide variety. Wide variety means they are very different kinds of protozoa, and these protozoa live in wide variety means many different places, in the moist places, places which are damp, places which contains water like fresh water. They can live in fresh water. These protozoa are present in water. Then marine environment. Marine environment, that means the ponds, lakes, seas. Okay. They live in the moist environment, and they also live in the moist soil. They also live in the soil. Okay. These protozoa live in the moist environment, in the lake, ponds, seas. Okay, and they also live in the soil. Understood? And these protozoa are parasitic organisms that feed on other living organisms, microorganisms. Understood? So now students, what are the uses of microbes? How are these microbes useful to us? Okay. See, certain uses of microbes are: some microbes are used in making bread and bun, like yeast. Some microbes are used in making bread. The bread you eat, okay, and the bun you eat, some microbes are used in making bread and bun. And what microbe is used in making bread and bun? That is yeast. Y-E-A-S-T, yeast. That is a microbe that is used in making bread and bun. So this microbe is useful to us. Understood? It is a kind of bacteria only. Understood? Then some microbes change milk into curd, like bacteria. The microbacteria can change milk into curd due to the process of fermentation. With the process of fermentation, this bacteria can change milk into curd. Okay. Then some microbes help in the digestion of food. The food that we eat, the bacteria in our body helps in the digestion of food. That is why microbes are very important in the process of digestion. Understood? Then some microbes helps in the process of rotting of dead plants and animals, like bacteria and fungi. When an animal or plant is dead, okay, and to decompose those dead plants and animal body, this bacteria and fungi play a very important role. Okay, they react with the body of the dead plants and animals and they decompose it. Decompose means they help in the process of rotting. Okay, it decomposes and mix up with the soil, and later on that soil becomes fertile, and there you can grow plants which can grow very well. Okay, these bacteria and fungi are some microbes that helps in the process of rotting of dead plants and animals. That means they can decompose. Okay. Now students, what are harmful microbes? How microbes are harmful to us? I told you the useful of microbes, useful features of the microbes. Now let us learn how microbes are harmful to us. Okay, microbes that are harmful to our body are called as germs. Microbes that are harmful are called as germs. Okay, the tiny microorganisms that are harmful to us, to our body, those are called as germs. G-E-R-M-S, germs. Okay, and these microbes can cause disease. And these microbes, these harmful microorganisms called as germs, can cause disease in our body. Okay. Some of the harmful microbes that cause disease are, what are the harmful microbes that cause disease? Like viruses cause disease such as common cold, influenza and polio. Virus is a microbe or not? And what kind of disease it cause? It cause common cold, influenza and polio are caused by virus. Okay. Then bacteria. Bacteria is also a microbe. As it is useful to us, it is also harmful to us because this bacteria causes disease such as typhoid, tuberculosis and cholera. Okay. Then comes fungi. Fungi can cause disease such as ringworm and athlete's foot. Okay, the skin infection that occur, the rashes in the body, in between the fingers, these are what? These are ringworms and athlete's foot. These are caused by which microbe? It is caused by fungi, the fungal infection you say. Okay, the fungal infection that is caused by fungi. Okay. Then protozoa cause disease such as food poisoning, dysentery and malaria. This protozoa cause food poisoning? Since they are parasitic organism? Yes or no? So they can cause food poisoning, dysentery and malaria. Okay, this malaria is caused by a protozoan. Okay, the germ protozoa. Understood? So this was the harmful and useful effects of the microbes. Understood? So now students, let us just revise once a quick review of all the parts that we have studied till now in this chapter. In the first part we studied about the teeth. Yes or no? There are different sets of teeth, permanent and temporary teeth. Yes or no? Temporary teeth are the teeth that occurs in children from the age of 2 to 5-year-old. Yes or no? Then again comes the permanent teeth. Yes, and there are different types of teeth. Those are what? Those are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Yes or no? Those are the different set of teeth that a human body have. Okay? Then comes the digestive system. What is the digestive system? The process by which the digestion in our body takes place with the help of different organs in our body. Yes or no? The organs that helps in the process of digestion in our body comprise our digestive system. And what are the organs? Those are mouth, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, liver, large intestine and anus. Yes? Then comes the microorganisms. Microorganisms are the tiny living creatures that cannot be seen with the naked eye and that are present everywhere in the environment in the human body. Okay, and it can be seen with the special instrument called as microscope. Yes or no? And what are the 4 main types of microbes? Those are virus, bacteria, fungi and protozoa. Understood? Then what are the useful and harmful role? Some microbes are useful to us and some microbes are harmful. Some microbes are useful for our human body and some microbes are harmful as they can make us fall ill and they can cause disease in our body. Okay. So this was all about this chapter. Okay. Now I will just give you some few questions. You please practice it at home. Okay. So students, you please try to do these questions at home of your own. Okay. You will find the answer in the slide. Everything is written there. Okay. You listen to the explanation carefully and you will be able to write the answers. Everything is written in the slide. Okay. What do you mean by microbes? The first question is, what do you mean by microbes? Okay. Then question number 2, what are the different types of microbes? What are the different types of microbes? What are germs? Okay. Then what are the uses of microbes? You can write any 2-3 uses of microbes. Okay. And question number 5 is, how are microbes harmful to us? Which microbes are harmful to us and how? Okay. What kind of disease they cause? You can write that answer in your answer. Okay. So students, in the next class, I will give you the exercises of this chapter, the question answers and all the exercise that you have in your book. I will give you the exercises of this chapter. Okay. Till then, you study well at home. Okay. See you students. See you in the next class.